Krishna Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Bhāratam class, which is from Canto 3, Chapter 1, and this morning we're doing text 20. We're very fortunate to have Her Grace Anandarupa Mataji from ISKCON DC to give the class. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
So Prabhuji is recording on?
Yes, everything is on.
All right, dear devotees, welcome everyone. Those of you who join once a while and those of you who sincerely, consistently, every day join the Srimad Bhagavatam wisdom. So I'm grateful to you for this opportunity today. We are going to do Shravan and Kirtan from translation and purport of Srila Prabhupada. The verse is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, verse 20. So like is the standard format, we will start with Jai Radha Madhav prayers, and then we'll go through reading the verse and the translation and purport. And then I would like to share with you all some notes I have prepared for this talk, and we can have a discussion if there are any comments and questions. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari, Yashodanandan Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandan Braja Jana Ranjana, Jamuna Tira Vanchari, Jamuna Tira Vanchari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunj Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramhans Parivrajakacarya Ashtotter. Shat Srimad, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramhans Parivrajakacarya Ashtotter. Shat Srimad, His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. आचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना माई की जय। भक्तमयी तुलसी देवी की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriyet. Shravam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantasto Hya Bhadrani Vidunoti Sarhatsatam. Nashtra Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavatiruttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtiki. So we'll read the Sanskrit now, followed by synonyms and translation and purport. Itthaṁ vrajan bhāratam eva varṣaṁ kālena yāvad gatavān prabhāsam tāvac kṣitim cakrām tāvac chaśāsa kṣitim cakrām ekātapatrām ajitena pārthaḥ. Itthaṁ vrajan bhāratam eva varṣaṁ kālena yāvad gatavān prabhāsam tāvac chaśāsa kṣitim cakrām ekātapatrām ajitena pārthaḥ. Itthaṁ vrajan bhāratam eva varṣaṁ kālena yāvad gatavān prabhāsam tāvac chaśāsa kṣitim cakrām ekātapatrām ajitena pārthaḥ. Hare Krishna. Anyone else likes to read?
Hare Krishna. Mataji, is it okay if I change the tune a little bit? Because
Yes,
this
absolutely.
is okay. All right, thank you. Itthaṁ vrajan bhāratam eva varṣaṁ kālena yāvad gatavān varṣaṁ tāvac kṣitim cakrām ekātapatrām ekātapatrām ajitena pārthaḥ. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Itthaṁ vrajan bhāratameva varṣaṁ kālena yāvad gatavān prabhāsam tāvac chaśāsa kṣitim cakrām ekātapatrām ajitena pārthaḥ. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Synonyms. Itthaṁ, like this. Vrajan, while traveling. Bhāratam, India, eva, only, varṣaṁ, the tract of land, kālena, in due course of time, yāvad, when, gatavān, visited, prabhāsam, the Prabhās pilgrimage site, tāvac, at that time, caśāsa, ruled, kṣitim, the world, cakrām, by one military force, one, ekātapatrām, flag, ajitena, by the mercy of the unconquerable Lord Krishna, and pārthaḥ, Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thus, when he was in the land of Bhāratavarṣa, traveling to all places of pilgrimage, he visited Prabhāsakṣetra. At that time, Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was the emperor and held the world under one military strength and one flag. And for those of you who have, who want the context, who is he? This is Vidur. We are reading about Vidur. Okay, so Jai Srila Prabhupada. More than 5,000 years ago, while Saint Vidur was traveling the earth as a pilgrim, India was known as Bhāratavarṣa, as it is known even today. The history of the world cannot give any systematic account for more than 3,000 years into the past. But before that, the whole world was under the flag and military strength of Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira, who was the emperor of the world. At present, there are hundreds and thousands of flags flapping in the United Nations. But during the time of Vidur, there was, by the grace of Ajitena, Lord Krishna, only one flag. The nations of the world are very eager to again have one state under one flag. But for this, they must seek the favor of Lord Krishna, who alone can help us become one worldwide nation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sa Padantikam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tadaham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Guru Vrinda ki jai. Thank you, everyone. Haribol. So, this is a very beautiful verse. Like all other verses, we have been reading and hearing and discussing from this chapter. And so let us discuss a little bit what is this unity we are reading about, how is unity possible under Krishna, and I will briefly mention what's currently happening towards the end, the war situation, and the teachings, how we can apply actually practically in day-to-day life in the devotee community and outside devotee communities. So this is unity beyond circumstances, the situation, the worldly existence we are in. And in today's world, actually, this all of you must have observed so far in your life, unity feels quite fragile. So whether in families, communities, workplaces, or even spiritual groups, we observe there are differences. What are these differences? Differences in opinions, egos, and expectations. It can easily create division. And heart of hearts, we all long for harmony, but we often do not know what can truly sustain it. But when we read from Shastras like Srimad Bhagavatam, we get deep insights. We learn that real unity is not created by agreement only, but we need some alignment. And what is this alignment? Alignment with a higher purpose, alignment under Krishna. So in this Canto 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam, we started reading about great personalities, and we will actually read about many more great personalities, and they are experiencing intense emotional and social circumstances or complexities. It could have to do with separation, some political situation, and even there are some conflicts described, which are devastating. Yet, what stands out is not all this troubled situation or chaos, but the deep inner unity which we can see in their exemplary lives, which they carry through their connection to Krishna. So now, some background about this chapter, Kurukshetra war is over. A massive destruction has taken place. And Vidur, a wise and devoted soul, brother of Dhritarashtra, he was Dasiputra, and he chooses to walk away from toxic political environment in the Kuru's court. And he has been insulted by Duryodhan. He's surrounded by injustice. But what we are observing is he does not become bitter. Instead, based on those times and circumstances, he chooses pilgrimage. And there is so much spiritual reflection. We are having opportunity to read and understand. So he travels to sacred places. He goes on pilgrimage. And there is mention of Prabhāsakṣetra in this purport Srila Prabhupada talks about. And where he hears about disappearance of Yadu dynasty, further verses will talk about that. And how unfolding of Lord Krishna's final pastimes on earth take place. So what is this Prabhāsakṣetra? Does anyone know what is Prabhāsakṣetra? Anyone has any idea? So here Srila Prabhupada says, I'm going back to the verse. Here Srila Prabhupada says India was known as Bhāratavarṣa. Okay. And so either it is this verse, and I think it was probably one verse before it was mentioned. No, it's here, prabhāsam, the Prabhas pilgrimage site. It's mentioned in this verse. Kālena yāvad gatavān prabhāsam. So in translation, it's mentioned when Vidur was in the land of Bhāratavarṣa, traveling to all places of pilgrimage, he visited Prabhāsakṣetra. So, what is this Prabhāsakṣetra? Prabhāsakṣetra is a sacred pilgrimage site which is present day in India, area of Gujarat. And why it is popular or why it's mentioned? It is a place where Lord Krishna concluded his earthly pastimes. And spiritually, from spiritual perspective, we understand it represents a place of transition or reflection or divine closure. So why do pilgrims go there? They go there not just to be physically there, but internally to process any kind of losses or detach from illusion and reconnect with eternal truth. So when Vidur reaches Prabhas, it is not just a like a geographical journey. It is a spiritual turning point. So now today we will see how unity is not dependent on external harmony, but unity comes from shared surrender to Krishna. And Vidur here, we have been reading about Vidur in this chapter, how he was insulted and he quietly tolerating all the humiliation, he left. He was surrounded by disunity, politics, and even hostility. Yet internally, what was his state? He remained unified. Who did he remain unified with? He remained unified with truth, with dharma, with Krishna. So now let's take a close look at this verse, how Vidur's journey and realization help us understand this principle that even in this fragmented world, unity is not only possible, it is natural when Krishna is the center. So now this verse also talks about one flag under Ajita. So let's go back to the verse. Here, the second line in the translation says, at that time, Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was the emperor and held the world under one military strength and one flag, right? So now, sometimes we think unity means one organization, one constitution, what else? One committee, one global council, one political arrangement. But Srimad Bhagavatam helps us understand real unity is not produced by administration alone. Real unity comes when leadership is under Krishna. So this is the striking point actually in this verse today. Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira did not hold the world together merely because he had military strength or royal lineage or political strategy. If you look carefully, the verse says ajitena pārthaḥ, son of pārthaḥ. We have heard in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna addresses Arjun in the battlefield, pārthaḥ, son of Arjun. That was now here Yudhiṣṭhira. Ajitena pārthaḥ, ruled by mercy of Ajita. Who is Ajita? The unconquerable Lord Krishna. Ajita, one who cannot be conquered, the unconquerable Lord Krishna. So, how is this one flag possible? One flag is possible only when everyone accepts the shelter of one Supreme Lord. That is something from this perspective. We are going to discuss some of the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and the message of this verse. So when Vidur was in the land of Bhāratavarṣa, traveling to the places of pilgrimage, he visited Prabhāsakṣetra. At that time, Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira was emperor, and he held the world under one military strength and one flag. And Vidur here is traveling. He has left the toxic or the poisonous atmosphere of Kuru Palace. What did he tolerate? All the humiliation. He walked away from all that politics, envy, family, drama. And now, while he is moving through sacred places, Srimad Bhagavatam here gives us a snapshot of world situation. Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira is ruling the earth under one flag. Many of you might have visited the offices of United Nations, right? Right outside the building, there are flags, so many flags from all different countries. But here we are learning there was only one flag. Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira is ruling the earth under one flag. And Srila Prabhupada, in the purport, he's directly contrasting the one flag rule with the modern condition of many national flags, which I just now mentioned, like you can see at the offices of United Nations. And so Prabhupada says, at present, there are hundreds and thousands of flags flapping in United Nations, but during Vidura's time, by grace of Ajitena, Lord Krishna, only one flag existed. And this is not just a historical information. Actually, Vaishnavacharyas have a spiritual diagnosis for this. So Srimad Bhagavatam, it helps us ask this question. Why was unity possible then? And why is unity so difficult now? Right? So let us see how the messages of Shastra help us understand how with purification, this toxic situation with world politics can be overcome. And we are reading about Vidura's pilgrimage. So the first word of this word is itthaṁ. Itthaṁ means like this. And it helps us connect back to Vidur's departure. Vidur was deeply hurt by Duryodhana's harsh words, but he did not become bitter. He tolerated. He did not start a counter campaign. He did not try to prove himself. He simply left and he began his pilgrimage. And this is very powerful because Vidura's life, his actions, they teach us that when environment becomes spiritually suffocating, a devotee does not need to win every argument. Sometimes the highest dignity is to leave the poisonous atmosphere and seek the association of holy places, holy people, holy remembrance. Basically, stay connected with Krishna. I don't want to send out a wrong message here that by leaving or quitting is not the message here. All these worldly books, they talk about flight and fight response. Either someone takes a flight mode or fight mode, So we hear wonderful strategies about how to respond rather than reacting, right? So here, this is Vidura's response. So there are do's and don'ts. So don't means avoid or leave the toxic atmosphere. Do, then take the association, connect to Krishna. And he was not escaping responsibility. He was protecting his consciousness. So while Vidur is traveling, the Bhagavatam shows another side. We learn how Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira is ruling. He is ruling the world. So in one verse, we see these two models. We are saying Vidur is serving by renunciation and pilgrimage, and we are saying Yudhiṣṭhira is serving by responsible leadership and governance. And both are spiritual when centered around Krishna, centered on Krishna. And this is very relevant for us. We observe some devotees serve by teaching. Some are managing, some are cooking, some are cleaning. Some are offering their Lakshmi for various initiatives. Some are preaching, some practice quiet sadhana. And so these external forms, they differ, but inner principle is same. All are connected with Krishna. And so about Bhāratavarṣa, what is mentioned here? This verse says Vidur was traveling through bhāratam eva varṣaṁ, Bhāratavarṣa. So Srila Prabhupada often explains that Bhāratavarṣa historical refers to much wider sacred and cultural civilization than present political map of India. So Srila Prabhupada, he explains that more than 5,000 years ago, while Vidur was traveling, India was known as Bhāratavarṣa and the world was under Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira's rule. So, we often hear worldly minded people saying, my land, my culture, my identity. But here, Bhāratavarṣa means a land meant for spiritual cultivation. It means a culture where life is organized around dharma, yajna, pilgrimage, saintly association, and God consciousness. So now, some of you may be thinking that what happened to Bhāratavarṣa? Or let us say someone may even reflect that, am I making spiritually, what does it mean for me, my heart, my spiritual consciousness? We need to question, is my home a place of pilgrimage? Am I making my heart into Bhāratavarṣa? Is my speech a place where others feel purified? Is my leadership under dharma? Is my work connected to service? Is my identity connected to Krishna? You know, constantly when we hear such beautiful nectar from Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, you know, we are learning deeper about soul's identity. Jivera Swarup Hoye Krishnera Nityadas. What is soul's identity and relationship, sambandh with the Supreme Lord? So one should naturally question. All these are spiritual inquiries. So pilgrimage is not tourism. Vidur traveled across sacred places, but every sacred place, actually we go on pilgrimage, is meant to awaken a sacred inner state. And pilgrimage is the process of helping us realize our shortcomings, the anarthas in our heart, and elevate from there to surrender. And that is a journey. So now, in places like these Prabhāsakṣetra, which are sacred places, you know, where Vidur eventually reached, these places are places of high significance, especially in Lord Krishna's manifest pastimes, you know, Prakata Lila, Aprakata Lila, we read, you know, manifest and unmanifest pastimes. So this Prabhas is deeply significant in Krishna's manifest pastimes. And later it becomes connected with disappearance of Yadu dynasty and winding up of Lord's earthly Leela. So on one side, the whole world is under one flag by Krishna's mercy, but on other side, Prabhas reminds us the material arrangement. Even the most wonderful, glorious ones, they do not last forever. We read in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says to Arjun, this is dukhalayam ashashvatam. Dukh alay, a place of misery. Ashashvatam, temporary place. This worldly existence is dukh alayam ashashvatam. So what happens here? Empires rise, empires fall, great kings come, great kings leave. We read about dynasties, how they flourished, how they disappeared. But Supreme Lord's purpose continues. This means we should respect virtuous administration, but we should not mistake any political arrangement for eternal shelter of the soul. And even the best worldly order is temporary, ashashvat, unless it leads people towards eternal Lord. And Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira's greatness was not merely that he ruled the world. His greatness was that he ruled as Krishna's servant. So how is that unity without Krishna becomes impossible? This verse says, cakrām, ekātapatrām. One rule, one umbrella, one flag. So Srila Prabhupada directly contrasts this with modern condition. Prabhupada says that up to Maharaj Parikshit, there was one flag. Not hundreds and thousands of flags, and that under a pious king, there was unity all over the world. And who is this Mahārāja Parikshit? Anyone? Quickly, one short line. Who is Mahārāja Parikshit? Because we have some some participants who may find this information helpful. Anyone?
Grandson of Arjuna.
Yeah, grandson of Arjuna. She's right.
Okay, and how is he? I'm asking from the perspective of this Srimad Bhagavatam narration. So this whole Bhagavatam narration, King Parikshit is listening from Shukdev Goswami, who is the speaker in last 7 days of his life. He has been cursed to die. He is the emperor of the world, but due to some circumstances, he is cursed and he is going to die in 7 days. He's cursed. So that's Mahārāja Parikshit, another emperor of the world. And it is, Prabhupada mentions in his purports that up to Mahārāja Parikshit, there is one flag. And Parikshit Prabhu just now mentioned his grandson of King Yudhiṣṭhira. So this is the central teaching, that modern unity often begins from bodily platform. That's the idea people have from their academic education from childhood. I'm American, I'm Indian, I'm Russian, I'm Israeli, Palestinian, Iranian, black, white, I'm rich, poor, liberal, conservative, I belong to this party, I belong to that nation. But these identities divide because they are secondary identities. They may have practical relevance, but they cannot be foundation of universal love, which is needed for unity, universal unity. So Srila Prabhupada says, he mentions in a lot of his talks about unity and United Nations that although there are many flags at United Nations, the result is still disunity. Real unity existed under pious rule connected with dharma. Why? Because Krishna is the root. If we water the leaves separately, the tree remains dry. Those of you who love gardening or who have trees around or love to observe the trees and in the nature, we see that if we water the root, the leaves are nourished. Similarly, if we try to love humanity while forgetting the Supreme Father, our love becomes selective, sentimental, political, and worst of all, not best of all, worst of all, it is temporary. But when we understand Krishna as the Supreme Father, then every living being becomes part of one divine family. What is the word for that? Vasudev Kutumb. That's how they refer to it. So now, what is the difference between artificial unity versus Krishna-centered unity? So Srila Prabhupada was very direct about artificial unity. He explains that real united people are possible only in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, unity remains superficial. And this is not theoretical. This Krishna consciousness movement itself is a practical demonstration. People who would otherwise have no common background, people from all different ethnic backgrounds, they take to Krishna consciousness, they sit together, they chant together, they honor prasadam together, they worship together, they read Srimad Bhagavatam together, they chant together, they serve together. Why? Because center is not nationality. The center is not race. The center is not economics, not politics. What is the center? What is the center? Anyone? Hare Krishna?
Krishna is the center.
Say that again.
Krishna is the center.
Krishna is the center. Yes. A wheel, if you in the bicycle or any vehicle, if you see, a wheel has many spokes. And if the spokes, they try to connect to each other without the hub, the wheel collapses. So if every spoke is connected to the hub, then all spokes are automatically connected. So Krishna is the hub. And without Krishna, unity becomes difficult to understand. It becomes negotiation. But with Krishna, unity becomes relationship. Without Krishna, there will be compromises. But in Krishna consciousness, we learn about how to tolerate, how to be respectful. Unity rests on shared service. Now, without Krishna, unity breaks under pressure due to lack of spiritual, understanding. And with Krishna, unity deepens. There will be sacrifice. There won't be compromise. There will be service and there will be sacrifice. So Srila Prabhupada explains in Platform of Krishna Consciousness that people may meet officially for unity, but if the heart is not clean, there is no real solution. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his Shiksha-ashtak teachings, he talks about Cheto Darpan Marjanam. So this Krishna consciousness cleanses the heart, and therefore unity becomes solid and sound. So unity is not primarily an external arrangement. Unity is based on, it is purified condition of consciousness. And Krishna is addressed in this verse as Ajita, the unconquerable Lord, who is conquered by devotion. And so Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira ruled ajitena, by Ajita, the unconquerable Lord. So Ajita means Krishna cannot be conquered by anyone. He cannot be conquered by military power, scholarship, wealth, beauty, austerity, diplomacy. Yet, he becomes conquered by, how does he become conquered? He becomes conquered by anyone?
Love and devotion.
Yes. So this is the sweetness of Krishna consciousness. Duryodhan tried to possess Krishna politically. He wanted Krishna's army. And Arjun wanted Krishna himself. So Duryodhan received military strength and Arjun received Lord as his charioteer. And who was truly protected? Not the one with bigger army, but one with Krishna. Similarly, Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira's rule was powerful because it was not independent of Krishna. He did not think that, oh, I am the supreme controller, I am the emperor, everyone is under me. He understood, I am responsible to Krishna, this kingdom belongs to him. So this is the difference between exploitation and stewardship. So a ruler in worldly consciousness thinks these people exist for my power, and a dharmic ruler thinks this power exists for welfare of these people. And yet a devotee ruler, how does he think? Both people and power belong to Krishna. So was Yudhiṣṭhira qualified to rule? So not because that he was aggressive or ambitious or he manipulated public opinion. What were his qualifications? He was qualified because he was dharmic, humble, truthful, compassionate, and guided by Krishna. So when we read that one flag world existed by grace of Ajita, Lord Krishna, it helps us understand major leadership lessons actually. Even within ISKCON, recently we had the opportunity to go through several days of training sessions on leadership and management. And some of the very beautiful lessons which were covered were how authority without character becomes oppression. character without Krishna remains incomplete, and character with Krishna becomes shelter. So people can obey a powerful person out of fear, but they trust a virtuous person out of faith. And Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira's rule was not simply external control, it was moral gravity. If you have opportunity to read Mahabharata, especially, you will get more clarity. People could trust that their king was not exploiting them. And that is why the king in Vedic culture was not meant to be a tax collector only, he was meant to be a guardian of dharma. Let's take a look at our day-to-day lives. In our own very small lives, we may not rule kingdoms, but we have domains of influence. As a parent, each parent has a domain, a teacher has a domain, a manager has a domain, a temple leader has a domain, a senior devotee has a domain, even an older sibling has a domain. So the question is, this knowledge of your domain or your influence, does it help you remember Krishna, or does it make you have some kind of fear or fear your ego? So Prabhupada did not reject the desire for unity. He rejected the attempt to create unity without the spiritual center. He said that real united work means working in Krishna consciousness. And every department of life becomes perfect when it's connected with Krishna. As we go through different stories and pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam, we get several instances how, for example, Prachetas in Canto 4 will be going through that pastimes. It's very famous pastime. Prachetas were the brothers and they were united. They were cooperating with each other in Krishna consciousness because they were in Krishna consciousness. So all these points, they give us a powerful way to understand this verse deeper. One flag under Yudhiṣṭhira was not merely political uniformity. It was spiritual alignment. And there may be many languages, many regions, many customs, many services, many personalities, and everybody has a different mood and temperament. But spiritual unity does not mean all variety disappears. Prabhupada says variegatedness. Spiritual unity means all variety is harmonized in Krishna's service. When we attend these kirtan programs, we have so many instruments. Mridangas, kartals, harmoniums. There is a lead singer. There are response singers. There is a lot of clapping, dancing, and sometimes, the devotees, they're moving around freely. Children are running around. But when all are centered on the holy name, the variety becomes beautiful. Similarly, when Krishna is the center, diversity does not destroy unity. Diversity decorates unity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now we may say, yes, the world should be under one flag, but what about the flags inside our own heart? We hear these beautiful talks, the Ravanas within our heart, Duryodhans within our heart, how to vanquish these anarthas by taking shelter, by connecting to Krishna and all that. So while we are talking about flags, let's reflect on about what are these flags inside our own heart. One flag says, serve Krishna. Another says, protect my ego. Yet we can think of another flag which says, seek recognition. Another flag says, avoid discomfort. Another says, control others. Another flag says, enjoy separately. And okay, Another one says, chant later. So
Mm.
before the world becomes one under Krishna, my own heart must become one under Krishna. So this is called the actually ripple effect. This is where the verse becomes deeper for us. Is my mind under one flag? Is my family under one flag? Is my schedule under one flag? Is my speech under one flag? Is my service under one flag? Or am I internally like a, modern United Nations? Many flags, many voices, many agendas, many declarations. But is there real surrender? So Srimad Bhagavatam is actually gently guiding us. It has so many, it's like infinite beautiful teachings for us. And this is one of them. Do not merely admire Yudhishthir's one flag world, but create a one flag heart. And let that one flag be Krishna is my Lord, Srila Prabhupada is my guide, Bhakti is my path, service is my life, and holy name is my shelter. And in this way, these incredible teachings we can apply practically in our spiritual lives. We celebrate Janmashtami, Rath Yatras, it's Rath Yatra season going on. Many devotees, they get together. They are all from different backgrounds. They have different opinions, different service styles, the way they want to contribute. And so sometimes there are differences. This should be done this way, no, that way. But if the focus is how can Krishna be pleased, then unity naturally emerges. And if Krishna is center, everything aligns. So whether cooking, cleaning, organizing, or some are great preachers, if devotees feel, one devotee may be fast, another may be slow, one may be very detail-oriented, another likes to have big picture, some may be outspoken, some may be quite kind. So externally, we can see the diversity, but internally, we can experience the unity, we can stay united if the purpose is shared. And here, from life of Vidur, we are seeing, even if the environment is imperfect, he is choosing to stay connected with Krishna and serve accordingly. So even in toxic environments, this is where Vidura's example becomes especially powerful. He did not try to fix toxic people endlessly. He did not absorb negativity. He did not compromise his values. Instead, he detached with dignity. He stayed anchored in Krishna consciousness, and he chose higher association and sacred spaces. And unity does not mean tolerating toxicity blindly. It means staying united with Krishna even when others are not aligned. So now, another, I wanted to share from life that another instance, here Srila Prabhupada repeatedly emphasized in his teachings from Srimad Bhagavatam that true test of leadership is how well it protects the most vulnerable. Prabhupada talks in several of his purports about, how protection to women, brahmanas, children, and elderly, it should be taken care because this is a true test of leadership, because this reflects alignment with dharma and not just efficiency of administration. So we see when leadership loses connection with Krishna, even powerful systems become sources of conflict and insecurity, as is the Kuru assembly that Vidur chose to leave. And so real unity is not produced by just, it's not a lip service or just by structure or policy alone. It naturally manifests when leaders themselves are guided by Krishna's principles What are they? Some of them are compassion, protection, humility. So as long as there is Krishna-centered leadership that genuinely cares for and uplifts every devotee, especially the most dependent, and I just mentioned women, brahmanas, children, elderly, that reflects alignment with dharma. So for that, what do we need to do? First, we should seek purification like Vidur. When atmosphere becomes polluted by, there are several factors. Some of them we can think of: envy, politics, harsh speech, misunderstandings. So let us make ourselves spiritually strong to not absorb the poison. Let us make our sadhana more sincere. Let's go to Shastras. Let's take the help of well-wishers, devotees. Let's take shelter of holy names. Then let us learn how to apply qualities, how to cultivate qualities of Yudhiṣṭhira. Whatever responsibility we have, let's use it in Krishna consciousness and not as an owner, like as a controller, but how can my role serve Krishna and protect others? And then thirdly, let us reject artificial unity. Let us not expect lasting harmony from ego-based arrangements. Real unity requires a spiritual center. So if we honor sacred geography by cultivating sacred consciousness, then places like mention of Bhāratavarṣa and tirthas are mentioned. They are not only the places to visit, they are reminders of consciousness we must develop. And then how do we, earlier I talked about several flags in our heart. Let us bring heart under one flag. Let's reduce inner fragmentation. All these beautiful reminders about chanting, service, humility, remembrance, they become the organizing principles of life. Now, in line with the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam and Srila Prabhupada's vision, many ISKCON communities are actively trying to embody this principle of protective Krishna-centered leadership in many practical ways. And protection today is not just an ideal, it is being translated into systems of care. For example, I earlier mentioned children, women, brahmanas, elderly, So for children, structured efforts like Child Protection Office and local community, within the local communities, we have child protection teams. They ensure safety, accountability, and nurturing environments. And there is an increased focus on education. Even for youth, there is youth engagement and devotional identity building. And for women, there are so many Vaishnavi programs. There is a growing encouragement for meaningful participation, leadership opportunities, and safe, respectful spaces for service. They are recognized for their essential role in sustaining devotional culture. For the brahmanas and practicing devotees, the communities, they have training programs, study of Shastra, engagement in deity worship. There is so much teaching and outreach so that spiritual guidance remains strong and authentic. And for elderly, what are we doing? Many temples are becoming more conscious of offering inclusion, respect, lighter service, and emotional spiritual care, honoring their life of contribution and experience. So the deeper principle of unity through these initiatives becomes truly effective only when they are infused with genuine care and support in Krishna consciousness, not just policy. And this is where real unity emerges. not merely from organized programs, but from shared commitment to serve and protect one another as parts of Krishna. So, Vidur, he walks through Bhāratavarṣa. Yudhiṣṭhira, he is ruling the world. And Prabhāsakṣetra, it waits silently in distance, and above of them all is Supreme Lord, unconquerable Krishna, Ajita. So the world may have many flags. Metaphorically, we read so many metaphors in Prabhupada's writings. So I was thinking our mind may have many flags. Society may have many flags, but soul is peaceful only under one flag. What is that one flag? The lotus feet of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And Mahārāja Yudhiṣṭhira's empire teaches us that when leadership is under Krishna, unity is possible. And we are reading about wonderful teachings in Vidur's pilgrimage. They teach us that when heart is wounded, purification is possible. And Prabhāsakṣetra teaches that worldly arrangements are only temporary. And the word Ajita teaches us that unconquerable Lord can be approached only by surrendering devotion. So we can pray, we can offer such prayers that, my dear Lord Krishna, please bring many flags of my restless heart under your one shelter. Let my thoughts, words, duties, my relationships and service become united in pleasing you. And this, for us, this would be real one flag. And this is real Bhāratavarṣa. And this we would understand to be real United Nation. And that is the mercy of Ajita, which is mentioned in this verse. So I would like to conclude the session here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, श्रीला भगवत पाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णवन की जय, हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की जय, मोहिनी एकादशी की जय. हरि बोल. Any comments, questions? Please feel free to share.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for a very, very nice, very insightful lecture. And as always, we get so much from you. Dear devotees, as Mataji said, if you have questions, please ask the questions. If you have comments, please have your comments also. The only thing I'll comment on is towards the end of the purpose, Prabhupada is talking about unity in this world, come under one flag. And every time he mentions United Nations, and it's true, in New York, whether you've been to New York or not, the United Nations, the big skyscraper building that's there, there's a whole lot of flags. And they look nice. Every one of them is a different color, but they also represent actually this unity. So one flag will be the best, but there has to be a flag on the Krishna, not Maya. So that's the world's situation now. Thank you very much for a nice lecture. Any comments or questions from the devotees? Anyone? Please go ahead. I'm assuming that must be Damodar. Go ahead. I'm not sure. I don't know why. Can you kick up your volume? Because I know you've unmuted, but still we're not hearing you.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Oh, they're breaking up. If you're at the temple, maybe somebody else can help you with their phone to get a better. Is that Shane? Sounds like you.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, yeah, it's better now.
Oh. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, and Hare Prabhupada. Thank you for this wonderful class. Yeah, I like how you mentioned that we all have different services and different backgrounds, different personalities, long and all under Krishna. It all works out. We all That's all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
We're hearing you, but you're not distinct. I don't know if you're talking from the basement. It may be good to go upstairs to temple room, because you're closer to the Wi-Fi, then you'll be clearer.
I can just write it. That's okay.
Yeah. Type. Hold on. Yeah. We go to somebody else and you can put it in the chat. That's easy. All right. Well, Amanda is getting on, so maybe he's getting on, so maybe you can get good because he always gets good response. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Uh-oh. I was just saying thank you for this wonderful class. I like how you related how, we all come from different backgrounds and may have different responsibilities and service, and we all get along as long as we're all united under Krishna. It all works out. So that, and there was a wonderful analogy about the spokes of the wheel. When we try to connect, but we don't connect to the hub, it doesn't work. But thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. See, the Prabhupada announced one time in one lecture, if you don't mind my mentioning it, when you mention United Nations, it says, at that time, he had known for about 30 years, at the time he was talking about it, because it was after the 40s that the United Nations was formed, and he was talking in the 70 years. So he said, Prabhupada said, so United Nations, the last 30 years, it has never worked, and it would never work, actually, and it's never is it going to actually work. And then he explained why. It's because the countries are trying to unite on the bodily platform, and that would never work. That was the reason Srila Prabhupada gave. Obviously, if we talk about uniting on the level of the soul, then we're talking about Krishna being the center of everything, clearly. So that came to mind, and thought I'd throw the comment in there. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Any final comments? We're on top of the hour now, but anyone that wants to make any ask a question, that would be nice.
So if no one has a question, I have one question for everyone. I would appreciate some responses, at least one response. So understanding the importance of this unity principle, let us begin from ourselves. And so what would be that one step we can take amidst all the differences we experience day to day? Let us say I wouldn't just say in temple or devotee gatherings, anywhere. What is one approach or one principle we can follow, taking as a step towards this bigger global picture of unity? What would be that? From your perspective, any one point you can speak, which would be helpful.
I didn't understand the question so well, so maybe.
So as a devotee and understanding how we should stay connected with Krishna or in a mood of Krishna consciousness, what one step we can take without waiting as a step towards this coming to the mindset of this unity, which will eventually contribute at a higher level towards global peace.
Mentally, immediately, we can say we have to have the understanding that we're not the body. We're not the body. That is one thing that makes, I always thought about this. If the whole world knew that we're not the body, half the problems would be gone, literally.
Yes.
Because people just do nationality and religion, all those things are dividing us. So that's one point.
Yeah, so I was talking about, so there is philosophical part, right? There's philosophical part where we say We are not the body, we are the soul. And then there is practical part. So what do we need to do now to stay aligned with this mood or this principle? So what can we do really practically as we shut down or get out of our Zoom sessions? What will help us in coming to that level of consciousness? So Niru Mataji, one point, everyone, if you have something to share.
Yes, Mataji, as Prabhuji said that if we have that um, coming out of that concept of bodily concept, that practically we can practice tolerance and forgiveness for others.
Okay, thank you.
Acceptance for all. That will help Mataji to develop that concept further up to the level of nation as well, Mataji, starting from our own self.
Okay, very nice. So yes, that certainly helps tolerate. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Tranadapi sunichena. So we should learn to tolerate and be respectful of others. There may be differences of all kinds around us, difference in opinions, difference in our upbringing and our mindsets. But if we are respectful, and that's how we learn to be more inclusive, we learn to overcome differences, and then we will be able to eventually accept and practice, forgive, and all that. There is another comment. Just keep chanting, yes, and Sankirtan, and trying to embody compassion. Compassion is a big one. Not everyone is born gifted with compassion, but that is something that's a big one. You know, does anyone know what's the difference between empathy and compassion? Anyone? What is, we hear about empathy, empathetic listening, compassionate listening, behavior. What is the difference between the two? But anyway, both of them, both are the ways by which definitely, in addition to tolerating and being humble, goes a long way to start with as an individual feeling connected with Krishna. And it's cyclic. Our, Krishna consciousness helps us become better with that. And then we can do small things to achieve bigger things, right? Together, when we come together. All right. So after this session, maybe some of you may be interested to look up what is the difference between, or if somebody already did, please speak up. What is the difference between compassion and empathy? All right. Maybe that's something to look up later on. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna. Jai.
Jai.
Thank you again for a nice lecture. And dear devotees, it's the beginning of the week. Make the whole week Krishna conscious and stay united spiritually. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripasindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you again. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai.